Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. This is the daily forecast for the collective for Friday the 12th of March. It is a timeless reading in the sense that the message may reach you on a different day and still might be valid. So you don't have to turn it off if it's not March 12th. I believe that these messages can, still be used over time. If you would please take the time to read in the video description in the pull-down menu underneath the video on YouTube, there's a little arrow you press down and that will give you all the information on how to support the channel, things I want you to know when watching my videos, the decks that I use, what the names are and how to purchase them, all of that sort of stuff is there. There's a lot of information in there. If you're watching this shared by somebody else on a different platform, please go to my YouTube channel and watch it there and hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, join me there live when I go live or in the mornings when I broadcast the premieres of these videos, okay? All right, so let's get into the reading today. See what the cards want us to know. All right, it's that Five of Swords energy. We saw this. All right, hold on 1 second. And these dogs are like working my house. Hold on 1 second. Can you stop, you two? Like, seriously. I know it's good morning time, but like, seriously. So this Five of Swords energy, we saw it at the beginning of Sunday. And Five of Swords is usually like a hard fought like win, but it comes at a loss, right? Like it's an argument where maybe we got our point across, but we didn't necessarily, it didn't feel quite as satisfying as we thought, or we didn't get the results that we sort of expected. We may have harmed somebody or hurt somebody in the process. And so this coming back, even though we saw it in the early part of the week, makes me feel like we're still dealing with some of those emotions. We've had a lot of emotional energy this week with the Queen of Cups, that Four of Cups, all of this transformative stuff. I think we're working through some of our thoughts and the things of our mind around, how we feel emotionally about arguments, interactions with people, things left unsaid, that sort of a thing. This definitely would indicate that. Fives are about change, so this should transform and change, ideally for the better, either through us letting it go and being free of it, or us finding some semblance of like an understanding as to why things went the way that they did. I don't know why, but every time I look at this card, this feels like the ending of a relationship or the disconnection of a connection of some sort of an important connection. It's sort of like this man in shadow and this woman, they're facing different directions, and I just sort of feel like this could be two different people heading in two different directions. Too much may have been said at this point in this situation for those of you that are watching this, right? Maybe too much was said and things can't be taken back, or things don't feel like they're repairable. And that could be the possibility here. And that might be why we're seeing all of the reflection and the emotional energy of the Cups cards this week, is to try and find a new center around these people. And I'm shuffling the wrong deck. I grabbed the wrong deck. Find a new center around these people and situations so that we can better move forward, right? I do kind of get the feeling that the moving forward is the woman in the dress, right? She's peeking out from behind that flower. And to me, it feels like she's assessing the situation. She sees it for what it is. And now it's time to sort of begin to change it, right? Whether we choose to change it with this said person or this situation or walk away altogether, that's still a change in and of itself. Does that make sense? So I really think today is a day about like mentally weighing our options, looking at the reality of where we're at, where things have brought us to. Did we do the right thing? Did they do the right thing? Are we, okay with that? We might find that we're not. This card makes me feel like we're not, to be honest. But is it changeable? Is it, can we go back to the past and fix that? That's the question. And I don't if I'm being completely honest, I don't necessarily feel that's the case here. Only because that man is obscured in shadow and he feels broken and patched up here, right? And so when I look at that, it looks like, it might be too late. But I don't know if that's a bad thing, right? Sometimes we outgrow situations, relationships, people, and it's just time to move on and no longer stay in a cycle of hurting them or allowing them to hurt us. All right, so let's look at what card is here. Oh, wow. To the moon and back. That's beautiful. Yesterday we had that card Moon Dance. I love how her dress is a wing. And I love how she has these little parakeets on her shoulder, like spirit is all around her. 51, which would be a 6, which would be about balance. I really think that this almost looks like this woman here is, to me, refreshing herself and moving forward, right? Releasing herself from whatever guilt, shame, sadness she has around the past and stepping to the moon and back, which is like this fresh purity, a new start, beginning again, starting again. Maybe not with the same person or situation, but starting again, having learned her lesson, right? Having sort of learned what she needed to know from whatever that inner change was. Each one of you is going to have a different experience that you're experiencing around this Five of Swords. For some of you, it could be an argument. For some of you, it could be a breakup. It could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but whatever it is where you feel as though, the place that you're at isn't quite comfortable. It's where you thought you wanted to be, but it doesn't quite have the sort of, payoff or magnitude that you are quite expecting. Now's the time to start to begin to move forward, to not protect yourself, but to sort of think about yourself and utilize, use that as your guide. The purity of our heart and our mind is in this moon and back card. I feel like all of that white, the wing, we have the ability to move forward. We have the ability to trust our emotions or our intuitions and allow those to sort of guide us and support us. We see that in the form of that moon as a swing, right? There's certainly a magicalness to this card. We do have this new moon in Pisces too. So to the moon and back is sort of like the new moons are all about creation, guys. We're leading into tomorrow is the going to be the new moon in Pisces. New moon's about creating with the things that we want. And so if we want, better relationships or different types of communication or to be treated differently in our world, now is the time to look at that stuff and to start to really look at it from a clear place and a pure place and start to manifest that for ourselves, right? And so that's kind of what I feel like the moon and back is telling us. We can sort of fly towards that. So let's look at that card 51. I'll read it to you really quick. To the moon and back, desires, wishes, and longings. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. So I like that. I do feel like she's more poised to move towards it than just sort of sit there and wait, in my feeling. And I like the purity of her white dress. I like the wing of her dress, which lets me say, it makes me feel like through her intuition and her heart, she can take flight towards her goals, right? Even if the past has been painful or a struggle, and even if mistakes have been made by others or by ourselves, we can move beyond that and we can have sort of like a new dawn, a new day is my feeling. Remember, underneath this, we have that Eight of Pentacles energy, which was about transformation. And again, maybe today is a day of reflection and looking at our mind and then deciding how and where we want to transform and towards what, right? We may not necessarily take that action, but we'll begin to think about what those goals might be for us today, because we do have that new moon's energy coming at us. And the grounding stone for the day, something to be grounded in, is the word gratitude. So when we're grateful for what we have, we're able to understand and better accept what we don't, or the things that maybe have gone wrong in the past. giving ourselves gratitude, giving gratitude to others, being thankful for the things that we have also help us to get into that energy of feeling inspired to create more or to desire more. And when we're in that desire and that inspiration, that positive space of gratitude, we're much more apt, and it's much more easy to receive in that place, right? Receive the things that we desire and that we want. So keeping that in mind instead of reflecting more on the sort of maybe the shame or the upset or the bother that we feel in this Five of Swords, looking more towards the hope of the future and something different, and being grateful for even the moments in the Five of Swords, like the arguments or the mishaps or whatever that Five of Swords represents for you. If we can even find gratitude for those things, that's when we're truly in our power and we're able to begin to move forward and create something new and beautiful. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you feel so inclined. I would love the subscriptions. And I will see you guys tomorrow to see how this energy plays out. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.